Hello everybody and welcome to the University Centre Askham Bryan at York. So today's presentation is a bit about what we offer at Askham Bryan in the University Centre, and a little bit about what sort of things you can get up to whilst you may be studying with us on either a foundation degree, a BSc Honours degree, a top-up or even a Master's course. So this is our campus at York, just on the outskirts, on the west side of York. We've got the main building just over here in the centre of the campus. This is where our central administrations are, and the main university centre facilities for our students and studying areas. And then starting over this way of the campus, we've got the equine facilities, again with indoor and outdoor facilities, and also two different schools. Our main wildlife facilities, this is for our animal management students, and we've got a wildlife park that stretches all the way around the front of the campus, and you can see within the arboretum and the woodland there. We've also got our kennel and cattery facilities just down here as well. Moving over this side of the campus, we've got some of our sports fields and our conference centre, and then our horticultural facilities, including things for arboriculture as well. We've got our main science labs, and then moving over here, we've got some of our accommodation, both en suite and shared facilities, and again another sports field at the back there for our sports students and also for recreational purposes. Moving on to this side of the campus, we've got the college farm, where we've got both dairy unit, beef unit, and handling unit, and some polytunnels for our lambing at the moment. And then moving up here to the rest of the farm and some of the farmland that you can see. You'll also notice we've got our point-to-point equine course there as well, which obviously our equine students get involved with. So here at the University Centre of Askham Bryan, we are supported by three of our validating partners. The vast majority of our programmes currently are validated by Harper Adams University. So they do, like I say, all of our land-based provision. The Royal Agricultural University, they support I'm a partner with them for our veterinary nursing facility courses, and with our sports provision, we've got Leeds Trinity University. We are in the process at the moment of going through degree awarding powers. So if everything goes to plan this September, we will have some of our very own Askham Bryan College degrees running from September 2020. So to give you a bit of a flavour about our programme offer for 2020 and 2021, we do have three of our 3-year BSc Honours programmes. This is both levels 4, 5 and 3 to 6, and it's a 3-year programme that you'll sign up to. So this is the, we've got one in agriculture, one in animal management and science, and one in equine science with management. Now these programmes are more theoretical based. There is some practical components in there as well to support it. There's a lot more applied and research focus as well with these types of programs. And at the end, you'll hopefully, when you pass everything, you'll come out at the end with a BSc Honours at the end there. Our largest curriculum offering will be that of foundation degrees. Now, foundation degrees take you through level 4 and level 5, and these offer more of a vocational business component, as well as allowing for some of that scientific and research applied components as well. So the foundation degrees, like I say, they are 2 years to complete, and require students to do an element of work experience alongside their foundation degree, typically 300 hours. Students can also, if they wish, once they've completed their foundation degrees, stay on and do a 1-year top-up, and I'll come on to those in a second. So you'll notice some of the programs on here, we do currently have them running, but also we do have some brand new ones starting. And again, these are subject to validation. And we've got one there, it's a foundation degree in precision livestock, one in innovation agriculture enterprise with management. And then moving over to the right hand side of the screen, we've got some nice new ones there. One in management of aquatics, collections and conservation of oceans, and one there in wildlife and environmental conservation. Alongside these, we've got some of our more established programs. So some of the most popular ones would be our veterinary nursing, agriculture, management animal collections and conservation, and canine feline behaviour, training and behaviour. So these, you'll see all of our facilities we do tend to have a degree that maps alongside these quite nicely, so students can make use of the theoretical as well as the practical applied components for these foundation degrees. And then, like I mentioned, we do have the optional 1 year top-up. The vast majority of students will stay on with us and do a 1 year top-up if they don't want to, if they'd like to continue their studies. And this is all a 1 year program at level 6. So you must have completed a foundation degree, which is level 4 and 5, or a HND, which is your high national diploma, which is up to level 5 also, to be considered to come onto one of the top-up programs. Now you'll see we've got a nice new one there as well in sports studies. This filters onto from our existing foundation degrees. We've also got some more in there, so animal conservation, for example, animal management, applied agriculture, equine science, and the like. And then the rest of the curriculum offer we have is our MSc provision. These are part-time programs that do take 2 years to complete. And the idea is that you can be employed in employment and still partake in conducting yourself with an MSc. So these are done on a sort of a block placement. You'll come to us for 4 1-week blocks in the academic year. And like I mentioned, it'll take 2 years to complete. And the idea is that you can still be working and you can also upskill yourself through this blended approach with your MSc delivery. So what does a full-time degree involve at Ask and Brian? So typically you'll be in lectures 3 to 4 days a week, very much depending on your program. In some cases it may be 2 days a week, depending on, like I say, what sort of modules you're doing and what electives you've picked for that semester. Do run a semester-based system. All of our foundation degrees require you to do 300 hours of relevant work experience. We don't do a sandwich year, so you can get away with doing your foundation degree over a 2-year period. Our veterinary nursing, however, we do a sandwich year. Because the professional accreditation side of things, you must have completed at least 1,800 hours of work placement. So with veterinary nursing foundation degree, you spend your first year, which is level 4 with us. You spend your second year out in a registered practice doing your hours, and then you spend your third year back with us completing your level 5 foundation degree. And like I say, a lot of the students will stay on and do the 1 year top up, so you can come out at the end of the day after 4 years with a full BSc degree in veterinary nursing. We do also require there our BSc program, so the 3 that I mentioned earlier on, not the top ups, just the BSc honours 3-year programs, to do 10 weeks of placement. This is because after spending quite a bit of time with employers and developing these degrees, employers really do want students and graduates to have the practical skill sets as well as the qualification. And marrying these two things together in your part of your degrees is quite a desirable asset to have for an employer. So just a couple of quick facts about studying here at Ask and Brian. We do have quite high retention of 93%. 77% of our graduates felt they were ready for employment. And just linking down there as well, we've got a few that have gone on to further study, about 86%. And also 55% of our graduates feel they're ready to start their own business. This is because a lot of our programs at each level, level 4, 5 and even 6, does have at least a business type module in there. Again, this is being praised quite well by external examiners and employers, that our graduates do feel ready to join the workforce by understanding how a business runs and functions. Also, our students have quite a bit of contact time with our staff. We do have one-to-one tutorials, which you can meet with your course manager several times throughout the academic year, as well as having weekly group tutorials where you can meet up with your fellow peers and have some more content and delivery with your course manager supporting you along the way. And also you'll notice there we've got an average class of about 18. This does vary depending again what sort of modules you pick. Some of the more popular modules do have higher class sizes, but the practicals, for example, will only be a maximum of 12. So relating to fees and transport, Tuition fees at Askham Bryan are £9,000 per academic year for both the foundation degrees and the BScs. Our master's provision is £8,000 in total, so it's basically £4,000 per academic year. You can get student finance for all of these degrees, and that's subject to your eligibility. And my colleague Mikey will be speaking to you in a later presentation relating to student finance and the student loans and maintenance loans that are available to you as a higher education student. We also at the York campus have accessibility to free college transport. This may be available moving forwards, and you can find out where we pick you up over our interactive route finder map on our college website. We also have accommodation on site. We've got a range of different facilities, both ensuite halls, standard halls with shared facilities also. Both options are available with 3 different food packages, and again you can find more information on our website and speak to some of our accommodation managers and supervisors. It's just worth noting that accommodation booking applications do open in the spring of each year, and it is allocated on a first come first served basis. However, students that do live far away will obviously be given some priority. Now, relating to graduate employment, we're very proud of our graduates being able to go out and get some very, very high skilled and worthwhile jobs. So, for example, trainee agronomist, riding groom for Olympic event rider, laboratory assistants. A lot of them do tend to go on to do further study, so such as a master's or a PhD when they completed their BScs with us. Things like Zoom managers, Kew Gardens marketing officer, and the like. And again, with that component of business embedded in a lot of our degrees, a lot of students have successful self-employment. Now, not only at Askham Bryan at the University Centre do you partake in various different components as part of your degree in the classroom and on the facilities that we do have at the York campus and our partner colleges around the UK, we do want students to be able to experience various different things, like I say, outside the classroom. So on the right hand side there, you'll see some of the day trips that happened over the last, a couple of nights away, sorry, as well, over the last academic year or so. And again, this is for students to apply some of their theoretical components as part of their degrees and take them out into the workplace. And then also on the left hand side of the screen, you can see there we've got a range of different international study tours that have taken place. And again, these are obviously subject to availability, and also there may be some cost involved in getting some of these trips underway. So we really are keen about getting students out and about into the field so they can apply what they may have learned in the classroom and develop that from a first-hand perspective. So some of those study tours there, like I mentioned, so for example, Tenerife, you can see in the image there, we took students over there to go and see the killer whales and the orcas in captivity, to go and see how they can, how they work with them, how they train them. And we carried out a full health check, taking blood samples and urine samples of a killer whale, which is really quite an eye-opener for the students. Aruba, Malta, Sweden and Croatia, again some phenomenal tours there relating to working in bear sanctuaries, working in dolphinariums, working at a donkey sanctuary. South Africa, we tend to take students each year to South Africa. Both veterinary nursing students may have the option, as well as all other students have the option to go to South Africa, where we do a range of different ranger opportunities, where we do potentially camping under the stars, animal tracking, poacher monitoring, and obviously looking at the conservation and the biodiversity of those habitats, both like I say in Central Africa, but also on the east coast near the Indian Ocean. Peru, we've taken students obviously into the Amazon rainforest and done various different types of ecological surveys, and again that was quite an eye-opener for some of the students, being able to engage with that type of habitat, and the same in Thailand, where we did some coral reef surveying and obviously went to an elephant sanctuary. So you can see from those types of tours that we do really want to get students out and about to see different things around the world. It's not just what happens in Yorkshire. And that concludes my brief introduction to the University Centre of Ask and Brian. I'd just like to mention that obviously this year, for the first time in September, our graduates from the of 2019, were able to graduate in York Minster, and this was a phenomenal experience for both the graduates but also their friends, family, and it was a very, very joyous event. And hopefully we'll be graduating in the Minster moving forwards. So again, I'd like to say thank you for taking the time to listen, and please do look out on our social media platforms and engage with us on our website. If you've got any questions, please don't hesitate to get in touch. Thanks now. Bye.